Welcome to the Amalgam Hour, the movie and comic podcast. I'm Robin.
I'm done.
Before we actually get into today's episode, I actually just want to quickly point out that in the description of the video, we have a new bunch of links, because we now have a Twitch, an Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and a Tumblr. And then the link tree down there has it all. But today's episode, in lieu of Winter... What's the show called, Dan? Falcon.
of the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, that one coming out today. We will actually be discussing Disney Plus shows related to Marvel that we'd love to see. And because everyone's been talking about it and how WandaVision's not that long ago ended, let's talk about Jimmy Woo. Dan, you go first.
So, Jimmy Woo, yeah. Lots of potential going forward, yeah.
That's what everyone's been saying.
Yeah, well, that's because Jimmy Woo's a sexy man.
That's true. That's true.
You know me, Jimmy Woo, Phil Coulson. There you go.
There you go. Oh, do you want to see them on a team? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's right. Segueing in, yeah. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., yeah.
Yeah.
A nice,
You stole my name,
series,
by the way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. thing.
Yeah, go on.
Anyway, so it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show, yeah. Jimmy Woo's there because everyone loves him.
Is he the lead? Is he the leader? Is he the...
He's more of like in my idea, he's more of like an associate, like FBI associate, because he's not a sword agent, so he's not going to be the main character.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
Carry on.
he's sort of like an associate from the FBI if they need help from them, like they did in WandaVision when they called
And
him in.
just saying, I want more magic tricks, and I want him more punching people in the face.
You want to more like flip his card out like he did.
Yeah, like a boss. Go on, carry on.
Yeah. My main idea is more like a space operation thing. It's going to have like Nick Fury in it, maybe as the lead or whatever. Monica Rambeau, obviously there, because she's a big sword agent just introduced. All I want to see from this show is some Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. characters to return, because at the end of the series... Because
you love that show.
Yeah, because I love that show. But at the end of the series, they had Quake, one of the characters on there. They had her in space doing some operation out there. So it's obvious she's working with S.W.O.R.D.
That's actually a good idea.
I want to see Phil Coulson and Jimmy Woo together.
Oh, you would like have a heart attack, I think.
Yeah, I would. I'd have a physical seizure. You would hear it.
Yeah. Do you have any ideas for like the storylines, like? Because
it can be whatever it wants.
What I would want from Agents of S.W.O.R.D. is what Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. should have been: setting up stuff, being the background to all the films, being. But I think this one, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., could go on for long, you know?
Yeah.
Just actually be doing stuff. Because we had this same idea, and I also thought, Darcy there, you know?
Yeah, well, obviously, you know my opinions on Darcy.
Yeah. The Doctor from Thor 2, who's insane, whatever. Like, any background characters that we've seen that are, like, science-based. Just put them in there, you know?
Yeah.
And then, like I said... Jimmy Woo actually has a team in the comics called Agents of Atlas. And I was like, use that comic as a bit of reference, you know? For Jimmy Woo's character.
For his character in there.
Yeah. So I think that would actually work as like a setup between shows and stuff.
Just like a little thing, they do some operations. It gives some hints and teasers towards what's coming next.
Yeah. And you can set up characters in that show, like Blue Marvel or anyone you want, you know? Like any...
So like what they did in WandaVision, where it's basically Monica Rambeau's origin story.
Yeah. Yeah, put Blue Marvel, so he's the scientist of the team. You know?
Yeah.
Like, do stuff there. I think it's like actually got potential or not. Because I know everyone's been saying it, but I don't know how many people are serious about it. But I would watch that show, you know?
Yeah.
And as long as I watch Jimmy Woo like punch one person in the face, I'll be okay. Just once. Okay.
Jimmy Woo, Phil Coulson team up, punching everybody in the face.
I just look at you and your jaw would be dropped and you're just drooling out of it. But to be fair, I would want to see that.
I would happily die in peace.
Yeah. Okay. This is another one that everyone's been saying. I'm going to go now. Because... And this was actually the last one I made. Like, came up with. But it makes sense to put these two together. Now, you may not be able to get this actor back. But I reckon you could because you're Disney and you've got enough money. Dan, listen to this. Captain America, Infinity Stones. Everyone wants to see it. You know?
In Return of the Stones.
Yes. But I came up with every episode, and there's only like 20 to 30 minutes, you know?
Well, just a 6-episode series, and each episode is a stone.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, that reality stone one's going to be a bit awkward.
I've got...
He just walks up to Jane Foster and jabs her in the back.
Yeah, I've got that, though. So, the first one, I would say, is the reality stone, because he also has Mjolnir he has to take back, yeah?
Yeah.
First
or
episode...
Would you want that to be one of the later ones, so you could have, maybe if there's a bit of action, he could have the hammer?
No, because I think, for everyone else, I haven't got him up against a big villain. Except from in the first episode, which... And they're not villains. But I want to see him. Say he goes there, and he's, like, trying to sneak around, but obviously he fails. And let's just say Thor's not there at the moment. He's not in Asgard. He's somewhere else, you know?
He fell flat on his face because he dived off that window and Mjolnir wasn't there.
Yeah. And we see Captain America with Mjolnir going up against the Warriors 3. Get the Warriors 3, have them have a good action scene. And I would love to... I don't know enough about Thor to put a villain in. But I would want to see Captain America linked to Valhalla in some way, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he gets a cool suit of armor, he goes there, they, like, not worship him, but it's like, you could be an Asgardian at what you're at, you know? Like, you are a true warrior. You fought in all these wars, etc.
If he's putting the stones back, in the time, just as they left from that mission, that would be when whatever the villain in Thor 2 attacks Asgard. So there'd be a big battle going on.
Yeah.
Because that would be happening then.
Yeah, Malekith come out of nowhere. Bring back Christopher Eccleston and actually maybe do a little bit more. No, Christopher Eccleston would not come back, but...
You could do like a Red Skull thing where they just recast him. Yeah. It's only a guy in makeup.
Yeah, have that be the villain. Actually give stuff to his character so it makes Thor 2 better. And then Valhalla, and the plot is return the stones. So, like, you know in the episodes, he's going to get hit and he's going to drop the briefcase and it's going to, like, go down a hill and he's now... You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Warriors 3, Malekith, Valhalla. That's what I want in the first episode. Second episode, Time Stone. All he's got to do is go back and give it to the Ancient One, you know?
Yeah.
In the comics, Captain America fights a lot Baron Blood. Do you know who Baron Blood is?
I've never heard that name in my life.
Stupid purple guy who's a vampire. Yeah?
Okay. Yeah.
Who technically is Doctor Strange's brother. We're not having that. Get it away. Characters that... Captain America villains that we never see, but I want, you know?
Yeah.
And Doctor Strange fights Dracula a lot. So I was like, if you merge those two characters together and have Captain America versus them,
you know? Maybe have the Ancient One back in there.
Yeah, and have like him and the Ancient One team up, and like, I feel like that could be cool, you know? Because does he have his shield?
Come back.
Does he have his shield?
Yeah, I think he has his shield. I don't know, he might not, because it got broken, so I don't know if he...
Oh no, because he returns with a shield, don't he, to give it to Falcon?
Yeah, I don't think he leaves with a shield.
Okay, in the thing one, let's say him and the Ancient One are fighting, and she goes, quick, grab the shield of Shinagaroth, you know? And he grabs it and he gets her cool powers, you know? Just for like a good scene.
Just for the episode.
So instantly you realise it's going to be him returning the stones, him fight villain, him win, him carry on. Yeah?
Yeah.
Power Stone. So he's going to be on, I think is it Morag? Do you know the...
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And I was like, who could he go up against then? And I was like, what's my favourite aliens from...
just after. That's going to be another Thor 2 situation, because just after they took the stone, someone shows up and attacks.
That's true, but I was thinking more like he fights aliens. You know?
Oh, like on his way there.
Yeah. And I would want to see my favourite aliens in the Marvel Comics universe are the Brood. Huge aliens based off the Xenomorphs. And I just want to see him fight them and just be cool, you know, in space. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Tesseract. He's got to go back to that army base. You know?
Yeah.
And I want to
infiltrate back in.
And in the comics, I'm pretty sure I'm right here. There's a character called Sin, who I believe is Red Skull's daughter. And I
think I know he has a daughter, but I don't know her name.
I think it's Sin. I would want to see him go up against Sin and Viper, two like strong females, and just be like, oh yeah, when after Captain America got put in the ice, we still had to deal with villains, you know?
Yeah.
And just say these two appear and he's just got to fight them. I don't care. I just want to see it. Mind Stone? Which one's the Mind Stone? Where's he got to put it? The scepter.
He's just got to go back to the Battle of New York.
Is it the Battle of New York, is it?
Yeah, he takes that. They get that from the same place as the Time Stone.
No, it's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That.
No, not Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Age of Ultron. Do you know when they've got the scepter captive? That's when he goes back and takes it, doesn't he?
No, they take it from the Battle of New York because he beats himself up and then he takes the scepter.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
Because they grab the three from there, but the one of them messes up.
Okay. Let's just jump off of that. Yes. So, whatever. I just want to see him go up against a version of the Serpent Society. You know?
Yeah.
Just, you're in New York. Just say he's trying to sneak around underneath the tower and he runs into a bunch of villains who are already trying to do that. Like terrorists, like just trying to blow it up or something, you know?
Yeah.
And usually the Serpent Society is like a group of 10. Like, summary them down, you know? Like, put them basic.
Yeah.
Just like 4, maybe. Just want to see him go up against that. And then the last one, the Soul Stone. Which we all know, no villain...
Red Skull.
No fight with it. Well, a fight. He goes to the Soul thing, and then Red Skull comes out, and he's like, oh, Captain America, you know? Does that.
Yeah.
And then I want them to have a quick fight, like, and just show that Red Skull is just all-powerful now, and he's just like, no. Stop. You know?
It could be like Captain America that initiates the fight. As he knows.
Yes.
He just knows it's Red Skull, he's a Nazi.
Yeah. He instantly just like, yeah. But then...
if you saw a Nazi in front of you, you're going to punch him.
I want the rest of the episode, because up until this point, you haven't heard of him going back to Peggy.
Yeah.
But then I want a good 10-minute conversation with him and Red Skull, discussing morals, theories of the universe, all of that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And then just get Red Skull's opinion how I am now a disembodied soul amongst all this galaxy universe. What truly matters, Steve? And he's like, Peggy. And then we finally get the scene where he goes back. And I want to see an emotional collision of those characters, you know?
Or like he knocks on the door.
Yeah. Or like use the Agent Carter show. Wherever that left off, pick like the next day. So, yeah.
That left off with her kind of moving on from him.
Well, that's just, well,
she like
there's
poured
no
his
point.
blood over a bridge and then she got with someone else. I know that relationship didn't go on. So you see the character she gets with about 10 years later in last season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and he's moved on.
Yeah. So let's just do that.
That could be because Captain America came back.
Yeah. I just like that idea for a show where it's just like, it's short, simple, but you get more of Captain America, which everyone wants, and then you get to see a bunch of Captain America villains that couldn't hold their own
and
movie,
it gives
you
more
know?
reasons for why he didn't come back.
Yeah. And I really want to see just Red Skull and Captain America argue morally. Not fighting.
And like a nice little rematch just before that.
Yeah. And it's like they talk about the universe and how big they are and how the matters of Earth barely matter, so we should just care, blah, blah, you know?
Yeah. I don't think Red Skull will come back to Earth.
No. Red Skull doesn't care anymore. He's like, yes, if you come to...
He's been on there for, 80 years or 70 years, whatever it was.
Exactly, so you've got an old, now cosmically powerful Red Skull. And just discuss opinions with him. That's what I want, you know?
Yeah.
But there you go. There's my
Actually,
Captain
I don't
America.
think Red Skull has the powers anymore. I think they said because the Soul Stone got taken, he's freed.
Well, let's just say he
So
puts
it
it back
could be
and then he
maybe
comes
he's
back.
normal, and because Captain America returns it.
Yeah. Whatever. I just like that idea. Just short, simple, boom. Put it out, you know? And then it's done for the Captain America character. We never need to see him again. You know?
Yeah.
So, what have you got next? Go on.
Well, speaking of Captain America,
Oh, here we go.
Captain America series, It's not Steve Rogers' Captain America. It's a sequel for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, where Falcon is actually Captain America now.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because I'm assuming that's going to happen.
Yeah,
You've got
it
like, a
best.
small Avengers team or whatever, whoever's just around at that time. I don't really know who's going to be around.
Winter Soldier,
Hawkeye.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening with him in this
Yeah,
series.
with
He might be gone, but
yeah, with his show. I've got a similar thing later, but carry on.
yeah. But I got the idea. The villains, like you mentioned, the Serpent Society earlier, they'd be the villains.
Yeah,
mainly because
that would work.
When they announced Civil War, originally it was
Serpent Society, yeah.
That's what I thought of, maybe.
And now do a show called Captain America Serpent Society. That could be fun.
Yeah.
I like that.
Little tease they did just actually pay it off.
Giving the Serpent Society to Falcon Captain America and give him a little team.
Gives him his first little. Could maybe see him struggling with leadership and maybe at the end finally becoming that true. Yeah,
and I would love it to be like not gritty, but similar to Winter Soldier, where it's like I've got a team of low level. So I would have Winter Soldier, I would have Hawkeye, I would have people. You know?
Could maybe have the new Black Widow, like what's her name in the
movie? New Black Widow, Mockingbird maybe. She's a character in the comics. Who else could be there? War Machine maybe, you know?
Yeah. He's got a connection to Falcon, so he's focused.
Yeah, and he's like, and I would love to see that. I'm sorry that I'm like aping off your idea, but like I would love to see the Serpent Society as almost like a cult, because I don't know much about them in the comics, but I love them to have that cult status. They have great looks, I know that, and I would want to see all of them. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that could be cool. I like that idea.
I think I was the only person who got excited when he said Serpent Society. So
yeah. I do like that idea. Is that it? I won't talk about the one that is very similar. I'm actually going to talk about two now because they're very similar shows, and I need to come up with a name for them both. I want one show based in Wakanda. Yeah.
Are they already doing that?
Well, what is it going to be about? Do you know?
I don't know what it's going to be about. They've just announced that they're working on a Wakanda show.
Well, let's just say, okay, but they're using my ideas.
Yeah.
So, Wakanda, I was thinking of Africa is Wakanda or something like that, you know? Wakanda is like something like that. I want to follow just regular people, Shuri, M'Baku, all of that stuff. Maybe introduce Namor in the show.
Yeah.
And I've pitched this to you before. Shuri, lesbian, introduce Storm.
Only because you want to see that relationship.
Mostly because it would be a great way to set up Storm, because she's literally an African god, you know? That's how she's treated in her first appearance. And in the comics, Black Panther has dated Storm a lot. Like, they had a good relationship.
You said to me before Chadwick Boseman died that you wanted that relationship in Black Panther.
Yeah, I did. But now, like, we don't know who's going to be Black Panther. Maybe do give it to Shuri and have them have a strong relationship with each other. And that would be good, like, LGBT. And I would love to see Storm versus Namor. Like, Storm leading, like, for a while, maybe have Storm leading the Wakandan army, you know?
Yeah.
And then, if that happens before Black Panther 2, introduce who is actually going to be the leader of the army, you know? Royalty, etc. I just want to see that. Storm versus Namor with, like, the Wakandan troops versus the Atlanteans. Just want to see that, you know?
I don't know until yours yet. I might have mentioned it before. You know his girlfriend in the first film?
Yes. Yeah.
Black Panther. I'm pretty sure she's a villain in the comics.
Oh, is it?
So, yeah, so maybe...
You could do something with that instead of Namor.
I'm assuming Black Panther's going to die or something because they're not doing him anymore.
And maybe gives her a reason. Give her a reason to go to the dark side, yeah.
Yeah.
That could work instead of Namor. But I still want to introduce Storm, god damn it. Because that'd be a great way to introduce her. And then at the very end, it's just post-credit scene. It's just Storm in Wakanda, and then all of a sudden she hears, "Do you know what mutants are?" from inside of her head, and then the show ends, you know?
Yeah.
And that goes into my X-Men pitch a lot later. But the second one I want to talk about is an Asgardian show, but new Asgard.
Yeah, I got that as well.
Yeah. I'll talk about my idea first. I want to see Siff and Valkyrie versus Enchantress. That's pretty much it. That's what I want as a show. That's the synopsis. Just 3 strong women fighting. You know? Have Siff and Valkyrie. Yeah. And Valkyrie's bisexual, I think?
Yeah, she's lesbian, I think.
Yeah. So maybe Siff, like Siff's an actual Asgardian. Make her so she doesn't care, you know? It's like, I am a god, I am above this, you know, sort of thing. So make them date if you want to. Make Enchantress be, like, a love triangle, you know?
You really want to see a love triangle?
If it's Enchantress, Siff, and Valkyrie, maybe. Have Korg there, have Meek, have... Yeah, I don't know any other Asgardian characters. But, you know.
Yeah.
And just do it... You could literally do it during the events of Endgame, you know?
Oh, on that 5-year time jump.
No, when...
Or just after it.
When Thor...
When Valkyrie's the lead.
When Thor is off with the Avengers doing stuff. Just put it nice in there, you know? Yeah. What did you want an Asgard show to be?
Well, I had obviously new Asgard, because I did want an Asgard show, but that's gone.
Yeah.
Like you said, Valkyrie is the lead character, because she's the queen of it.
Yeah.
So, look, I know we had a bit of it in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
But a bit of a look into Asgard's past.
Yeah.
And maybe a little bit of look into, like, how new Asgard came and, like, what, like, the people's opinions are on the fact that this whole people just came in and took over this whole area.
Yeah, that is literally I think it's Jason Aaron's Thor run, where New Asgard floats atop above a city, and then just like the villagers there just do not care for Asgard. I could see that happening, yeah.
So they've just come over, they've gone to, where is it, Norway, I think?
Yeah.
And they've just taken over a town.
Yeah. Would you want a villain or just like the Thing?
It could be a villain.
Because I think our ideas combined.
Just really upset about Asgard moving in.
Yeah, and maybe one
or
person.
Could be like what you said with Enchantress.
Yeah, one person beckons Enchantress, and then you actually find out is Enchantress controlling everyone of the town. You know?
Yeah. It could be like someone who used to live there, maybe, and they've got maybe pushed out because they've come in.
So I'm pretty sure Enchantress has got a Asgardian. You could do like she was imprisoned on Asgard, you know? But then when everyone's running out to get into the ships, someone freed her because obviously otherwise she's dead, and then she just blended into the background, and she's now just been waiting. Just got out there. She's just been waiting to take over New Asgard, you know? I like that.
Yeah.
Done.
She could have been waiting for Thor to leave.
Yeah, let's get... Oh, yes! Okay, I love this show now. I want it. I don't typically care for Asgard and Thor and stuff.
Thor was a drunk, he's probably still powerful
too powerful. Because in the comics,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure Enchantress's only motive is to fuck Thor. Let's change it. She wants to fuck Valkyrie. Let's go. Or Sif, because she's an actual Asgardian. You know? Because Sif was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., wasn't she? Where did she end up?
Yeah, she was in a couple episodes in the first 2 seasons.
Yeah, where did she end up after that?
I think she just went back to Asgard.
Yes, you can just say that she was there.
She came down. Yeah. She came down and done something with like the Kree, because there was a Kree invasion mini storyline in there.
Yeah.
And she came down, fought him, and then she just went back to Asgard. I think she might have gone on an adventure with the Kree. I haven't watched the episodes in a while, but
yeah, all right. Yeah, but put her in the show, you know. Go on then. Give me another big idea. So currently, what have we got? We've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Captain America: Serpent Society, Captain America: Infinity Stones,
and New Asgard.
Africa is Wakanda, and just call it Asgardian War or something. You know?
Yeah.
Carry on.
This one, it kind of sucks, yeah.
Yeah, go on.
But like a mini Scarlet Witch series, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just following on from either after a time in Doctor Strange 2 or maybe filling a bit of gap in between there.
Yeah.
With just her, because she's not really evil at the end of WandaVision.
She's
just trying to get her kids back.
Yeah.
And we've said this before, we just want to see her go, just snap.
Yeah, because I prefer
series
her
could
when
be the
she's
chance of her just going over the edge.
Yeah. Who would you want to see her go up against, do you reckon? Is that when you introduce a Mephisto or a Dormammu, like, bring back Dormammu?
Mephisto or like some big, like, cosmic villain, not just Agatha Harkness.
Yeah.
Or like you could, like they said, the rabbit was meant to be a demon. You could, instead of just having that just be a random demon, use that, and maybe say someone who was actually maybe like some big
have it so it was like Shimmer-Gorath was like imprisoned in such a small body by Agatha when she was trying to steal a bunch of powers, you know?
Yeah, because Agatha Harkness at the moment, she's been turned into this normal person, yeah?
Yeah.
Assuming she's going back to that house, which I'm assuming Ralph's not going to be very happy about. It's his house.
Yeah.
But that rabbit demon thing is still there.
Yeah, and I would love to do this so it's like...
know it's a demon.
Yeah, so they treat it like a thing, and then one day she like cuts her finger or something, and it like drips on top of the rabbit, and then all of a sudden it's like... Oh, it could be like innocent blood has been spilt, because technically she's Agnes, not Agatha. So, like, innocent blood has been spilled, so now Shimmer-Gorath is released from this rabbit or whatever. I would like to see that. Yeah. What would you call it? Like,
just the Scarlet Witch.
Oh, yeah. Clean, simple. I like it. Have her go up against a big thing. And then...
Yeah, that could be either after Doctor Strange or before.
Yeah. And, like, him whispering in her ear, trying to tempt her in, and... That's when you do like a little bit of a team up with Doctor Strange in a show.
And you could actually have Doctor Strange cameo, this time instead of butchering it.
Yeah. Bring back other magical characters like, Elsa Bloodstorm is a Midnight Suns character who hunts down monsters. Say she hears of a huge creature and she's like, I'm gonna go kill it. Be Abby, you know. And then something LaFay. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Doctor Strange villain. Have her there as well. Just, bring magic from the New Mutants if you wanted to. Like, he was trapped in purgatory and he has been whispering in Magic's ear. Bringing the X-Men connection, you know? I like that. Yeah. I do like that, actually. I did, as soon as you said...
An idea there, but...
I think it could work as shorter than WandaVision.
Like 4 or 6 episodes.
Yeah. Yeah, because as soon as you said another Wanda show, I didn't want to hear about it. But but just the name Scarlet Witch, I'm like, that's I want to see that now. Him versus Shimmer-Gorath. I don't care for it. I don't care for it.
I thought it was going to be the Vision and the Scarlet Witch, which would have been a better title.
Yeah, it makes sense though why like she is then at the end introduced as the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that it. I quite like that idea. I currently like all these ideas. Yeah.
What's your next one then?
What should I do? I'm going to do a couple now, just quick ones.
Yeah.
An Ultimates comic show.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, I don't know who they are, so.
Yeah. The Ultimates team is usually got Captain Marvel. No. Yeah, Captain Marvel is the lead, Black Panther in it, etc. None of that. But it does have Spectrum and Blue Marvel. We now have Spectrum. Introduce her there. And the Ultimates is literally... Do you know when Captain Marvel's like, not all planets have an Avengers team? This is the Avengers team for space. And I was thinking Spectrum, Blue Marvel. If you're going to introduce Beta Ray Bill in the Thor 3...
Thor 4.
4, yeah, of course. Then put him here. Gladiator, who is like alien Superman type thing. It's got similar powers. Moondragon, just a bold woman. And this is where I want my favourite big pup from the Marvel Comics, Lockjaw. You know?
Yep.
Just be like, no Inhumans, we just have a teleporting dog.
Yeah.
And
is he even a human? Lockjaw?
In the comics, he's a man who got hit by Terrigenesis and turned into a dog. Yeah, exactly. Poor guy, you know?
That's so dumb.
And I was thinking...
like a pet.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe introduce Nova in this. or in a Guardians of the Galaxy 4, which, by the way, listeners, we will be doing a pitch the future of the MCU, because I have a very big pitch for that, which introduces Nova in a Guardians of the Galaxy 4. But maybe introduce him here, or maybe have him on this team, you know?
Yeah.
Because Guardians of the Galaxy will probably end at 3, this is where you carry on that, you know?
Yeah, because you can't just... If you lose Guardians of the Galaxy at the moment, all you've got is really Eternals to carry on that space thing.
And Captain Marvel. But, like, yeah.
I hate Captain Marvel.
Yeah. But just have, like, this be the space team, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is what they're going to be setting up, which I think would be a good cosmic event. Annihilation. You know?
Yeah.
Just call it...
Bring him in.
Ultimate Annihilation. Holy shit. But yeah. So either setting that up or literally versus thing. Maybe bring in some of the Guardians of the Galaxy, like Rocket, Groot, maybe. This be the new Guardians of the Galaxy team. And have a similar style and aesthetic to the Mandalorian, you know?
Or like go for that like production type thing.
Yeah. That vibe. And then these are just quick ones, because I just want to get a couple of these out the way now. A Sentry show. Just call it Sentry. Just have it be a character study and literally just use the first miniseries. You know?
Yeah.
Just say that he's fought with Hank Pym. He's fought with the Captain America in World War II. You know? But he also has the alter ego The Void, and either Charles Xavier or Reed Richards has wiped his mind, and everyone's of it, you know?
Yeah.
Quick one. A Power Pack animated show. I don't want it, but I feel like they could do it. You know?
Okay. That's a bit random, but okay.
Yeah, I was just like, kids show. Bleh. This is the one I actually want. Damage Control. They set it up in...
They were doing that years ago.
Were they?
Yeah, they announced it years ago and it got scrapped.
Oh, well, bring it back. Say it comes off of Spider-Man, the first one, and you follow... You could literally do the first scene could be following the team that came in, you know?
Yeah.
But...
I'm pretty sure the original idea of Damage Control was just them just cleaning up after all the films.
Yeah. And you could do it so every single film, you follow the Damage Control. But I want the main character to be Eric O'Grady. Do you know who Eric O'Grady is?
No clue.
He is an Ant-Man who... His name in the comics is the Irredeemable Ant-Man. He then became Black Ant later on and teamed up with Taskmaster. But it is a S.H.I.E.L.D. agent who, when someone attacks a carrier, he steals the Ant-Man suit to survive. And then he just keeps wearing it. And he like watches Miss Marvel when she's in the shower. He like teams up with the Black Fox and steals stuff. He's the Irredeemable Ant-Man. That's why they call him it. And I feel like he would just be a great character for a Damage... Because he in his run, he does become a part of Damage Control. You know? Yeah. And his story is in the middle of Civil War, so he has to then sign up for the Superhero Registration Act, which you could still do in this show, because especially if it's Stark Industries Damage Control. And then in the show... No, in the comic, because he doesn't want to get found out that he has an Ant-Man suit, because S.H.I.E.L.D. agents are hunting him down, he goes by the Green Mantis. And his suit's still bright red. And I'm like, that's a funny joke. But yeah, there you go. There's a quick pitch for a show. Go on, next one, Dan.
Next one. This might be a little crap.
Yeah.
But a Beast series.
Beast? Okay. I'm not
hit me out here. Okay.
Is this before or after an X-Men show comes out?
I was going to say before, and maybe after, because it's going to start out, he's just investigating mutants, okay? He's just doing some research into him. He doesn't yet know he is one.
Oh, so he's not Blue Beast?
He doesn't have his blue whatever powers. But he's close friends with Professor X, okay?
Okay, setting up an X-Men show.
So he knows about mutants. he's like, he knows about Professor X's school, he knows everything, and he's just investigating mutants.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the whole thing. He gets his like blue fairy powers. That's what I've got in my notes here. I don't know what to call them. Like maybe in like end of episode 1, episode 2.
Yeah.
And while he's like doing research, there's obviously you got some like evil mutants out there, so we could have maybe some fights when he's got his powers.
Yeah.
And he's just basically researching mutants and trying to find mutants for Professor X for his school.
Okay. Like a cerebro?
Like, yeah.
Yeah, okay, I like that because, yeah.
And maybe it could end with them making that.
I'm actually going to come straight off of your idea and say that would be a good episode 1 for my X-Men show. You know?
Yeah.
Because...
Oh, with Beast and Professor X, just as the main characters.
Have them...
episode.
Yeah. But I want... Beast can be old or oldish. Bring back Kelsey Grammer if you have
Beast.
to. Put Kelsey Grammer, like... Give him some new hips, and then bring him back as Beast. Yeah. And I will want... And my pitch for the first season of X-Men is the old team. Beast, Banshee... No, not Banshee. Beast, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and then someone else, you know? Whoever else is on that team at the very beginning. And just have them doing their normal stuff. Maybe introduce the... Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, see if they go up against them. And then the season finale, actually no, season 2, episode 1 will be The Team is Lost on Krakoa. Yeah? Yeah. Literally do that old comic where Professor X then goes to a bunch of mutants and goes, hey, I need your help. And then you bring in Wolverine, you bring in Nightcrawler, you bring in Colossus, you bring in Banshee, you bring in Sunspot.
First class Wolverine scene.
Yeah, but like actually bring him in.
Yeah.
You know? And then, because I only want X-Men as a show, or mutants, because they're gonna call it mutants, whatever.
Yeah, because X-Men is sexist.
Racist. Yeah.
That's
okay.
Wrong. It's not ex-white people.
Yeah. Might as well as be with the old team. That's why you bring in Storm, and you introduce Storm in the Wakandan Show, and then you bring her into season 2 of the X-Men. Or mutants.
Yeah, well, most of the X-Men are blue anyway.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you just do the comics. Season 2 is then their first, like, outing. Or, like, the best story of that team, you know? And then later on, you do Apocalypse. You do Shadow King. You do Mojo. You do... Oh no, any more villains? And Brotherhood of Evil Mutants again, you know? Sentinels, yes. And that's pretty much the show. But
Sentinels, I feel like would have to be later down the line, like way later down.
Yeah, and have the hate for mutants up, you know? Give people a reason to hate them. But don't have like the X-Men 1 thing of let's talk for 30 minutes about the mutant problem. Let's not have that.
Yeah.
And then, but I want 2 shows going alongside the X-Men show. New Mutants or Young Mutants, whatever you want to call it, and have this R-rated for adults. Do what the film did, but good. Okay?
Yeah.
So literally, in that show, like in the X-Men show, you will see this team, but in the background, you know?
Yeah.
So this is the young people's team, and then the adults are on the X team, you know? And then, in the New Mutant show, I want Warlock, I want Magic, I want Glob Herman, I want, you know, any character. From the New Mutants run especially. But I want to use the old run as a template for the story. So do the Demon Bear saga, and introduce one of my favourite characters, Legion. Yeah?
Yeah, like from the TV series.
Yeah, but yeah. And then I thought of another one, but for a kids' X-Men show. You either call it Exiles, which I know Exiles isn't a mutant team, but it literally has X in the title. So, you know, do like the Exiles logo, but have the X huge, sort of thing. Exiles is a team who go to different multiverses and dimensions and sorts out problems. Usually it's Iron Lad and a couple of mutants, you know? Or call it X-Babies. There you go. Done. That's my X-Men.
X-Babies, really?
That is literally a comic, though, so can't blame me for this terrible name.
Okay.
Go on. You go. That's my X-Men thing, but I like that.
So you just took over my Beast show.
Yeah, that's it. That's episode 1 of X-Men. Or Mutants.
Yeah, I only said Beast just because he's like my favourite X-Men.
Yeah. Go on then. What's next for Dan's pitches?
For me, I have... Oh, no. A Brotherhood of Evil Mutants series.
Okay, here's another X-Men show. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with the theme of the X-Men for a bit. It's basically Magneto recruiting is basically my first thing.
Oh!
It could be maybe like, instead of like, because you're following the villains, Professor X and the X-Men are the villains for the series, sort of.
Maybe,
because you're following the villains.
I love that.
I've got an idea for a team, yeah.
Okay, go on.
Okay, this is a load of bollocks, yeah.
Yeah.
Juggernaut, because I love the character.
Yeah, I was literally just thinking that because I was like, no
And
one
he's
cares about
brother
Blob.
to Professor X.
Yeah, yeah,
So that may be a bit of connection there as well.
yeah,
Sabretooth, just because.
yeah. So you have someone to go up against, like, Colossus strength-wise. Then you've got Sabretooth for Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah. Toad, just because someone just wiped out.
Because that could be against
Mystique.
Nightcrawler. Yeah, yeah. Gotta have Mystique. You gotta.
And hear me out on this one, yeah?
Yeah.
Scarlet Witch.
I thought you were going to say Emma Frost, but I like Scarlet Witch. Yeah.
You could maybe make her so that she is actually Magneto's daughter.
Yeah.
And if, following on from if the Scarlet Witch series is a thing, she's actually evil.
Or, think of this, maybe Mystique and Emma Frost is right-hand men to Magneto. Emma Frost is making her believe Magneto is the father, and then that gives an even bigger reason why later on the line she will go insane, you know?
I was going to say, like, what is it? The
like,
parents who died in WandaVision.
Like
retcon.
retcon.
Like Scarlet Witch
adopted.
They've sort of made her a mutant.
Kind of. I don't understand what they've done in that show. But yeah.
I would prefer if they weren't her actual parents.
Yeah.
And they'd adopted the twins, like Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
Yeah.
And because Magneto was actually the father, but he doesn't give a crap.
Yeah.
Magneto, who cares?
Then
he realizes he can use her because of her powers.
Yeah. So he's like, hey, I'm your dad. Come here. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem I have with Scarlet Witch being on the team, she is so powerful.
Yeah.
You know?
You could maybe have like Professor X that's like smacks her on the floor with his mind powers.
Just instantly, just boom, get down.
Like, they probably would, like, the X-Men aren't stupid. They would probably try and take the strongest one out first.
Yeah. I would love that if that comes out before the X-Men show, and then the villains for the first season are that Brotherhood, you know?
Yeah, like you've set up them as villains, and then you've got this X-Men show where they got to deal with it.
This is what I'm like. I love that idea of having a Brotherhood. I never would have thought of that, but this is my little pitch for that as well. Have the team Juggernaut for Colossus.
Yeah.
And obviously you throw a couple of more in, like minor ones, whatever. Maybe have Toad. Who cares? Then we can have Storm and Toad go up against each other
just
again.
Chuck Toad just because he's nobody.
Yeah.
Like, he's known because he was in the movies.
Yeah.
But he's just swapping away sort of villain.
Yeah. And I would love to have Emma Frost to go up against Professor X, Juggernaut to go up against Colossus, Sabretooth for Wolverine, Azazel for Nightcrawler, and then have Mystique there as well, and Toad, and who else? I thought
of this series as a more personal thing, not this like big big action,
like a character study,
a
character study of Magneto.
Connection. Juggernaut, he's brothers with Professor X.
Yeah.
Have it be that. More
have the main three characters be Juggernaut, Magneto, and Sabretooth. You know? And have their connection to the main team. I like that. Yeah. The only problem...
I like more personal stuff. characters
Yeah,
driving.
yeah, definitely.
That's why we both like Joker so much.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. They could go up against their own villain. They could be going up against Prejudice. That's the main villain. You know?
Yeah.
Like Juggernaut's being
Just
hated
not an
on because he's...
villain.
Actually, no,
because they are villains, but...
Yeah. Juggernaut ain't even a mutant. Let's just say he's a mutant. Let's not bring in the...
It doesn't matter.
Crimson... whatever the hell, you know?
I was researching into mutants, and apparently Lorelei was on the team. And I thought, oh, maybe do her. She was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, get that connection.
Yeah.
Thought Lady Sif. Then she's Asgardian, not a mutant.
Yeah. Who cares? You know?
Yeah.
I do like that. No, I'm probably going to save the best till last. So let's do... I want a West Coast Avengers show.
Okay.
So we have the Avengers movies, and then we have an Avengers show. But different team sort of thing.
Yeah.
And this is where you bring in my favourite white boy, Moon Knight. Moon Knight is on the old West Coast Avengers team. Bring him back.
Be really racist then.
No, literally white boy.
Really racist.
Literally white boy. Bring in Moon Knight there. Whatever Hawkeye's doing in his show, if he survives that show, bring him onto this team. Because he was on the old team. Yeah. Maybe this is where War Machine goes. After Armor Wars or whatever. Introduce Tigra, maybe. Maybe have her as a mutant, because no one cares about her powers. Mockingbird. Because this is literally a more low-level Avengers team. So it's almost exactly like your Captain America Serpent Society thing. And maybe we can merge these ideas and have like West Coast Avengers versus the Serpent Society, you know? Not that be the title,
just have like Falcon in it still.
Yeah, and he's the leader. And have Mockingbird. And I think you could draw some inspiration from the new Avengers comic, because that was successful. And maybe put Luke Cage on this team. Maybe this is where you put Luke Cage, you know?
Introduce him.
Yeah. And
Same actor as Netflix or not?
Yeah, go on. You might as well. He's good.
Just don't make it canon, because nobody's going to watch that show.
Yeah. And then have them up against, so coming off of your idea, Serpent Society or the Wrecking Crew.
Yeah.
Or the Thunderbolts. You know?
Okay.
So have General Ross make a team to go up against Avengers, people who haven't done the Registration Act, whatever. People who, not the Avengers, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where you bring in maybe Taskmaster from the Black Widow show if they don't die there, or that's where you bring in like loads of characters to go up against this team. And it's just, this is a low-level Avengers team. Now I'm going to ask you a quick question. How many more do you have?
2.
Okay, we can almost do this perfectly. I'm also going to pitch you another one. So that is the West Coast Avengers. So we have Avengers, West Coast Avengers. Now you could probably guess where I'm going. Young Avengers.
Yeah. They're setting that up anyway, so...
Exactly. Put in Miss Marvel in that. Wiccan and Speed. First season, they come there. Stature. Introduce Hulkling in the Secret Invasion show. Say all the rest of the Skrulls leave, and they leave one teen Skrull, and he becomes Hulkling. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
America Chavez is going to be introduced in Doctor Strange 2,
yeah.
So put her there. White Tiger, maybe?
Kate Bishop.
Kate Bishop, yeah. White Tiger as well, I was thinking. And I think...
maybe.
I don't know what her backstory is. I know she has like an emerald that gives her
I'd only seen her in like
powers.
the Ultimate Spider-Man show.
Yeah, same. But I like her there.
She has like some like neck.
Yeah, she has a medallion that gives her powers. Maybe say she's from Wakanda. So you bring in... I was
going to say you could maybe give her that connection to Kraven the Hunter.
Maybe. So I think they've definitely thought. But have Miss Marvel from Captain Marvel, America Chavez from Doctor Strange, Wiccan and Speed from WandaVision, Stature from Ant-Man 3, Kate Bishop from the Hawkeye show, Hulkling from Secret Invasion, then yeah, maybe put White Tiger in the Wakanda show that I pitched earlier. You know?
Yeah.
So just have that team, and then I don't know who they'll go up against, but like, there's loads of Young Avengers stories you could probably pull from. You know? So do that. Yeah. And there we go. So Avengers, West Coast Avengers, Young Avengers. That's what I want. And then X-Men, New Mutants, Exiles. Like, it comes in threes. You know?
Yeah.
But go on, carry on. What's your next one?
But my next one, I may have robbed this from somewhere, I've mentioned it to you before.
Yeah.
But a Daredevil series in between that 5-year time gap.
Oh, yeah. I don't
Not
even...
Not Daredevil Season 4. Just say it's brand new from scratch, but Daredevil has been active on the streets. That's why he hasn't been mentioned before.
You could call it like Man Without Fear Daredevil, or you know, like something like that. Yeah.
Same actor, because he's really good in the role.
Yeah, definitely bring in the same actor.
Just straight up say he's not the same Daredevil.
Yeah.
Just maybe recast one of the background characters so it's obvious.
But I really want Kingpin to stay. The Netflix had such good casting.
Yeah.
Bring in Bullseye and bring in better than the Daredevil show. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Bring in Stiltman if you want. The Owl, because he was in the show. Kingpin, whatever. Every Daredevil villain, yeah.
Just have him dealing with an absolute mess that's left after everyone's snapped away.
Oh.
And then maybe you could do like a season 2 where it's time to deal with the mess of everyone coming back.
Yeah. Because I think we said that before, where the last episode is everyone's popping back. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, like maybe he's just finished this fight or something, and then boom, loads of these people start just reappearing.
And maybe there's a side character like Luke Cage or Jessica Jones or Iron Fist, but like...
I was thinking maybe he's had maybe a relationship with like Iron Fist or someone.
Yeah.
But they're not in the first season because they got snapped away.
I was thinking you do half of the Defenders team.
Okay.
You know?
Or like say it was like in the Netflix Defenders.
Yeah.
Those 4.
Yeah.
And half of them are gone.
Yeah. I do like that. Any ideas for like a villain or just general Daredevil villains?
It could just be general Daredevil villains. I wasn't really thinking of a main villain. I was just thinking of a mess.
I do like that.
A mess. Could be like a crime lord who's just taking advantage of the situation.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. Tombstone. Oh no, that's Spider-Man, in it. Yeah, they've got him. It could
be a Spider-Man villain. It's in New York.
Yeah, but does Sony want to play ball? That's the question.
Probably not.
Yeah, exactly. But I do like that. Your last pitch is an Avengers pitch, innit?
Yes.
Is that your last one? Okay. I will have one after that. Okay. Linking off of that, I want a Defenders or Marvel Night show. Call it either of them. Or a Midnight Suns show. And have Midnight Suns very linked to Doctor Strange and this whole magic stuff. Do one or the other, you know? I would love...
both.
Yeah. Don't have Marvel Knights and Midnight Suns. You don't need them. But on the Midnight Suns team, if this were to happen, this is where you put Ghost Rider. This is where you put Blade. This is where Cloak and Dagger are introduced. And this is where you put Moon Knight. You know?
Yeah.
Or you can do a Defenders or Marvel Knights. Maybe bring in Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist,
Netflix
Moon Knight.
Defenders or like original comics Defenders?
No, not the original comics. I don't want like Doctor Strange and Silver Surfer to rock up. Like, yeah. So maybe call it Marvel Knights to like get it away from those. But you put Iron Fist, Daredevil, Moon Knight, Cloak and Dagger I want introduced. Ghost Rider, you could maybe put him here. Blade. Punisher could be a villain for a while.
Cloak and Dagger or the old TV one?
No one watched that TV one. But I don't think...
Yeah, I know.
But I think it's because Cloak and Dagger could not carry a movie, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think they can. That's why I'm like, just put them here. Put Punisher here as well, Elektra. And I was also thinking Shang-Chi. And then I was also thinking maybe bring in the New Warriors as well. Because that comic with Snowflake and Safe Space has ruined the New Warriors name. You know?
Yeah.
So maybe bring in Thrasher and Speedball in this team. And just have like a big team. So just... This is where all the street level stuff goes down. You know?
Yeah.
And I was thinking either put them up... Do Shadowland.
Spider-Man cameo, because he's on those streets. If
yeah,
Sony's willing to play ball.
And I was thinking,
I mean, if they get the thing for side things, then they just chuck them in here.
Yeah. And I was thinking either do Shadowland, so Daredevil goes evil.
Yeah.
Teams up with Elektra and Black Thing.
You could maybe tie that to he's going nuts having to deal with this in the 5-year.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like Daredevil becomes a part of the Hand, takes it over.
And then he's just like completely gone nuts. Cause well, the Hand will be halved, so we could take that over quite easily.
Yeah. And I suggest putting like maybe Moon Knight with him. Because Shadowland is a bad comic event, but it has potential, you know? So bringing that. Or you could do Contagion, which is another Marvel street level event where it's literally a virus goes to New York and the street level characters have to deal with it. Main character in that is Ben Grimm, so you could do something. Or the Wrecking Crew again. Or the Wrecking Crew again. Or the Hood, which is a magically possessed guy. And since magic is a big theme of like the new whatever's going on with Marvel right now, I'm just suggesting that could be a thing. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. That's all I've got. But I want to see Moon Knight and more stuff. You know? Good stuff.
Just actually give him stuff that he could fit into as well.
Yeah.
Just random.
And there's room for Luke Cage and Iron Fist and Jessica Jones still. And, you know? Like, you're not done with those characters. Because we still haven't seen them team up with an Avengers level threat. You know? Yeah. Like, in the next Endgame, have it be Annihilus or whatever, or Scarlet Witch, House of M, Disassembled, whatever. And you do the Endgame of all the teams are coming together, and it's the Avengers, and the X-Men, and the West Coast Avengers, and the Marvel Knights.
Playing, and it's epic, and everyone's getting excited and happy.
And the Ultimates team comes here, you know? It's just like...
Just instead of just being, it's the Avengers and Guardians, and a load of other random people.
Yeah.
It's actually people we know, different teams we've got to know.
And you put Jimmy Woo front and center, and he says, Avengers assemble.
Jimmy Woo and Phil Coulson next to each other.
There you go. Kissing and making out.
Yeah. Yeah. And the main big bad's just sat there enjoying the show.
Yeah. That was my big one. I have one left, but you have your big one now, don't you? Your Avengers.
Yeah.
Go on then.
This is never happening, yeah.
Okay.
Not in a million years.
Am I gonna be bamboozled?
I have no idea. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Just imagine, yeah. Got the Avengers, yeah.
Yeah.
It's set before Age of Ultron, when they're hunting down for Loki's scepter.
Is that just the... Okay.
That is the main premise of the show. After Winter Soldier, everything's gone tits up with S.H.I.E.L.D. Hydra's got the scepter, and it's leading up to the start of Age of Ultron.
Oh, yeah. That would be good to, like, be a thing in between them, because currently you have to watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to understand what's going on in that scene, don't you?
Yeah. Well, I thought of it, it could be because, well, the ending of the show you've already seen, because you've seen them get that back.
Yeah.
So it could be because a lot of the relationships in the start of the film were just chucked in there and you had no setup for it. Especially that Black Widow and Hulk
and Black Widow,
could maybe that'd be great. Show that developing.
Yeah.
Those friendships.
I like that. I do. I like that aspect of it. I don't think we'll ever get that show. And I don't think I would want it. But
I've wanted it since Age of Ultron.
Yeah, because the front scene just makes no sense to anyone else.
The only setup for it is in Age of S.H.I.E.L.D., which I'm the only person in the world who's watched that show.
Yeah. Okay, I like the thing of that. And that actually ties in beautifully to my last pitch. So that was your final one, yeah? You got any more details about it?
Just Struck will be the villain.
Yeah. A Hulk show. Okay?
Like in that 5-year thing.
Hear me out. The first season is between Avengers and Age of Ultron.
Okay.
And you get the Black Widow relationship. Yeah? And the villain is the Hulk. So you set it up for later events. So do you know the Immortal Hulk run? Where the Hulk comes out at night and he's like huge and brooding and like angry and stuff. Maybe mix that with a bit of Joe Fix-It as well. You know? Like that character. That would be season 1. Season 2 would be Bruce Banner versus the Leader. And that would be in between Infinity War and Endgame. And then you see him...
you could pay off that Incredible Hulk thing.
Yeah, and you will see him turn into Smart Hulk.
Actually figure it out instead of just he's dabbing in a...
Yeah. Yeah, dabbing in a cantina. Actually fix it, you know?
Yeah.
And you introduce Thunderbolt Ross, Red Hulk there. And then you put him on the Thunderbolts team later. And then season 3, where we finally kill off Hulk.
After all this time.
Hulk versus the Maestro. Do you know who the Maestro is?
Yeah.
Future version of the Hulk, and I fully want to see a future version of the MCU that is completely destroyed. In just every aspect.
It's a mess. It's a wasteland.
Yeah. And because we know Kang's going to be a villain, and time travel was introduced, so why not do it there? And I'd want a really peaceful thing for the Hulk to die in, you know? Like, he doesn't die angry, he dies content. Sort of thing.
Yeah.
And that is after...
Obviously, he's died in the fight, probably.
Yeah, and that is after Black Widow has been dead, so you're also dealing with that. You know?
He's very angry about that. He's sad about that.
There you go. That's just, like, I haven't thought of, like, the story, but just 3 seasons, just the pitch. And I want that,
Probably
you know?
have gaps in between where, like, Hulk's story maybe continues in Avengers film that comes out in between seasons.
Yeah, definitely.
Just it will end the second that season 3 comes out. That would be it.
Yeah. I just like
give
that.
the Hulk a chance to be in something good.
Yeah, because I think if that show came out, I would like the Hulk more. Maybe tie it into She-Hulk, like her origin or whatever.
The main problem with Hulk films is that they're always trying to do his origin, and that never seems to work.
Yeah, you don't need to. No one cares about the Hulk origin. It's boring. You know?
Yeah.
But stories with the Hulk are fun. Like Immortal Hulk run with, like, Do Joe Fix It, him against the Leader, Maestro, whatever. Yeah. You know? That's fun. So, we're pretty much done, aren't we? And then...
That's what my idea is.
Actually, my final pitch. A good Moon Knight show. Okay? Disney. Please.
Well,
make it be a good show. Year. I know. But I want him to have split personality. I don't want the Mr. Knight outfit. I want Khonshu there. I want him to take someone's face off. Okay?
Well, they got Star. They could do it now.
Yeah, exactly. And who's that guy that has been cast?
I don't know the name, but...
You know, white dude. So he's obviously not playing Moon Knight's, like, main bad guy, who I cannot remember the name, but I know he is a black dude who is crazy and an archaeologist thing. But I know the first season is going to be Indiana Jones-like, so you do his origin in Egypt. But I think the white guy, is either going to be playing Frenchie, Moon Knight's butler, or he's going to be playing the Sun King. Yeah? The Sun King is someone, I'm pretty sure, who worships Ra, the Egyptian son of the god. No, god of the sun. But, yeah. He was introduced in a much later comic about Moon Knight and stuff. So just put him here, you know? He's a good villain to go up against Moon Knight. So it's Bushman and the Sun King going up against Moon Knight, and you get his origin and stuff. That's what I want.
It's Ethan Hawke, by the way.
Ethan Hawke, that's it. And then the second season, I want him versus Werewolf by Night. But there you go.
Oscar Isaac, favourite actor, play Moon Knight.
No, get him in the bin. Get someone unknown so I don't have to deal with it. There you go. That's all we want. So that's a lot of shows, you know. Kevin Feige, if you're listening, take notes. Like we did for the past hours and stuff. He will
never listen. He's a busy man.
Yeah. All right. I think we did good. There you go. There's our Disney Plus pitches.
Cue the outro.
Thanks. Tell us what you think about it on either our Twitter or Instagram, or just comment below. This has been the Amalgam Hour. Thank you for listening.